We look at old photos and see a moment frozen in time, a family on vacation, children playing, and a day at the pool. But what if the story behind these images is far more sinister than it appears? This is Backstory, and today we are going to uncover the horrifying reality behind 4 seemingly ordinary snapshots. From acts of racial hate to a family desperate enough to sell their own children. Let's dive in. This photo, captured by Horace Scott in June 1964, looks like a chaotic scene at a motel pool. But this wasn't just a rowdy party. It was a pivotal and terrifying moment in the civil rights movement. Just a week prior, Martin Luther King Jr. had been arrested for trespassing at this very motel. In protest, black and white activists staged a swim-in in the whites-only pool. To force them out, the motel manager Jimmy Brock was caught on camera pouring muriatic acid into the water. The swimmers were terrified and unsure of what the chemical would do to them. It was a shocking display of the lengths some will go to uphold segregation. This image remains a haunting reminder of the violent resistance to racial equality, a snapshot of hatred disguised as motel management. This is one of the most tragic images from the aftermath of World War II. It shows 4 young children sitting on their front stoop in 1948. Their mother, Lucille Charlie Fox, is seen hiding her face in the background. The reason for her shame? The sign prominently displayed in front of them saying, "4 children for sale." Faced with eviction and extreme poverty, Lucille and her husband felt they had no choice but to auction off their children. All 4 children were eventually bought. Rumors and tragic reports later surfaced that some of them were sold into forced labor and slavery. Their lives irrevocably changed by a desperate act of survival. A picture of ultimate desperation and a childhood sold to the highest bidder. This Pulitzer Prize-winning photograph, taken in 1954, shows a young couple on a beach, clutching each other in what looks like a moment of intense grief. Photographer John Gaunt had a neighbor shouting and rushed to the shore with his camera. He arrived just as the couple realized that their 19-month-old son had wandered off their yard and been swept into the sea. They were watching the waves, knowing their child was gone. The photo captures the raw, unimaginable pain of a parent's worst nightmare at the exact moment of realization. A peaceful morning at home turned into an eternal moment of tragedy by the ocean's edge. This photo is a seemingly charming family vacation picture taken in Sweden in 1971. A large and happy family poses in front of a bright pink car. But look at the boy second from the left wearing a brown shirt. His name is Osama, and years later, that name, Osama bin Laden, will be synonymous with global terror and the architect of the 9/11 attack. In this moment, he is just a teenager on a family trip. There is no sign of radicalization or the violence he will later orchestrate, which makes this image even more eerie in hindsight. A normal childhood memory, now forever tainted by the shadow of what that boy will become. From the cruel acts of the past to the tragic accidents and the figures that will change the world for the worst, these photos prove that the most disturbing stories are often the ones that we don't see at first glance. Which of these backstories shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to keep uncovering the hidden truths behind the photos that we think we know, hit that like button and subscribe to Backstory. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.